Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to an emergency episode of the HGO podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ethan, and joining me, as always, on this weird Tuesday evening are my good friends Hunter and Kyle. Hey, guys, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just swell.
Yeah, dude, we had the doubleheader direct today.
The games
Nintendo
industry
and PlayStation.
literally took us for like a whirlwind ride, because bit of like backseat, like internal, like what we were planning on doing this week was we were planning on today doing a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 spoiler cast now that Hunter's finally finished the damn video game. But as soon as we were like, yep, set in stone, Nintendo was like, direct, and then PlayStation was like, yo, saves, and we're like, okay, guess we're swapping podcast this week. So you're getting another episode this week, and then don't worry, you'll still have your regular episode on Monday, except it'll be a spoiler cast. So that's how we're doing it. So don't expect a topic episode on Monday. Expect a really long spoiler cast, probably. I don't know, I've already forgotten it, to be honest, when you took that long, but I'll remember. I'll remember in time.
We've got time to go back and watch the cutscenes.
I don't know about that. I'll take it. That's like a little mini drama.
The important cutscenes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Chapter 5.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, so yeah, we're here today to talk about these two shows, what we thought of them. Were they good? Were they bad? Who knows? I don't know which one it is. Well, we do. We'll talk about it. And we'll just go run down play by play what we thought worked well, what we think didn't. If you're here for Zelda, then well done. You'll probably get more Zelda from this than you did the trailer, because we'll probably talk more than 15 seconds about it. So I think we'll be good. But yeah, I've not got anything to say. It's a weird episode. Like I say, we're doing this on a Tuesday. It'll probably be up on a Thursday, which is like definitely weird. So sorry, it's a couple of days late, but I'm not a miracle worker. Okay, so
Still
it'll be up
the
on
most timely
Thursday.
episode we've ever put out, though.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Definitely true. So
Well, they won't tell us E3 was coming back this week.
yeah, I know, right? It feels more like Key 3, but like I say, we'll get back to it, because this feels like Jeff Keighley made these directs, to be honest, but we'll get into them. But yeah, usual spiel, welcome back. We're usually here every Monday, but we're here on a Thursday this week. Wow, quirky. But usually every Monday on podcast series and youtube.com/hotgamersonly, where you can look at our stupid faces every week. And yeah, thank you for all the reviews, comments, all that stuff. What did you think? Let us know in the comments. Smash that like button, subscribe, all the YouTube gamer things that you need to do to help us boost in the algorithm. And if you're on audio, I'm so sorry that you had to listen to those really weird words for the past 10 seconds. Anyway, let's get straight into it with the Nintendo Direct review. Now, Kyle, you've been a sweetheart, and you've actually took the time to write down everything that happened, so I don't have to go to a random website and read it. So
I mean, I just did this while the direct was happening.
Which is like, you're like an actual like game journalist there. Yeah, you're like a real game journalist.
Yeah, right until the end when I gave up and said, I'm not writing all this down.
I believe that's what they do as well. Sizzle reels don't count, guys. Sizzle reels don't count.
Especially when they're different per region.
So, let's start off with general impressions of the Direct. It came at a weird time. We were all working, for one, so it's like none of us were together. Jack tried, was like, anyone away? I'm like, no, I'm at work. And everyone else was. You could have joined.
Not to.
Jack won't listen to this episode anyway, so.
It's true, he won't.
You'll never know. It'll be our little secret. But what were your overall impressions of this Nintendo Direct? Because
it was fine.
It
was fine enough. There were things I enjoyed. There were things I said, that's neat. And there were a lot of farming games.
There were a lot of farming games. That's my takeaway is if you criticize Keighley for all of the shooters in space for this year, I feel like we need to criticize this Nintendo Direct for having far too many farm sim games, because everything, it was like they showed off like Story of Seasons, Harvestella, like everything. Like there's just like every single farming RPG you could think of was like, hey, Rune Factory. And it just made me laugh, because the Nintendo Direct guy every time just had to come up with a new way to say farming, relationships, buy the game if you like this kind of stuff. And it was like every single time he was like, special time with the people you care. I'm like, okay, come on, man, it's the same shit. You should have just gone, it's Rune Factory but different. Here you go, buy it please. It was so stupid. My impression was pretty negative. I think it's like the worst Direct we've had in like the past 3 years. Not that say it's awful. It's not like downright. It's not like Wii U drought era of bad. But I feel like it's pretty like there were like 3 games, maybe 4, that I was like, oh, that's cool. Half of these announcements I don't think should have even been in a direct. I don't think half of the Nintendo things were direct announcements. We'll get into that. Like Splatfest, like what the fuck? That's a tweet. That's a tweet.
Yeah.
You played the
Weird.
cutscene from the game. That's a tweet right there. But we'll get into it. I don't know, Hunter. You didn't watch all of it because you were doing errands or something.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, I basically had to skim it while we were watching the PlayStation thing, and anytime the PlayStation thing wasn't interesting, which was a lot of it, to be fair.
Hunter, it was only 20 minutes.
Yeah, I let the direct go on unpaused and would fast forward some of it. So that helped me by the farming games, but also even with fast forward, it took me a while to hit things that I actually stopped for.
Yeah.
So
It
yeah,
was
I
a
could
mixed
see
bag.
what you mean by it being the most meh direct in a while. Like since they've had that year where they took off and then brought it back, I feel like it's been
All
probably
I'm
the
saying
weakest
is,
one of
all
since
you
then.
dummies on Twitter that were complaining about the Xenoblades in the Fire Emblem Directs, well, look what you got now. You just got a load of shite. That's what I'm saying. It's like, at least Xenoblade, you're like, ooh, good, quality content here. Where it was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Xenoblade
gosh.
and Fire Emblem still found their way in.
They did. Xenoblade 3 is going to go on this little whistle stop tour where it's going to show up in the rest of the directs for like the next year, and people are still going to be mad every time it shows up, and
Oh,
it's going to
yeah.
be pretty epic.
It's gonna be
It's going to
hilarious.
show up at least in.
It gets its own Deathloop tour.
Yeah, it's probably going to be in the January, and probably like if they do an E3 one next year, it'll probably be in that too. So it's like it'll be all over the place next year. It'll be interesting.
Well,
But
yeah, because
regardless,
by E3 time, they'll probably be talking about the next
expansion, yeah.
expansion, yeah, whatever that is.
Who knows? But anyway, let's get into it, Cal. So what was first on the list for the direct that happened?
First up was Fire Emblem Engage. New game coming out January 20th of 2023. It is Fire Emblem. If
This
you know Fire
is-
Emblem,
yeah.
it's that. It's more of that.
This is the infamous game that's been on Nintendo's like done shelf for like a year and a half, right? Because it's like I saw leaked images of this game a year ago.
Yeah.
Like this game got leaked like a year ago, and it was like this game's done. Like the rumors of this game started coming out at the same time as Xeno 3, but the rumors about Fire Emblem was Nintendo has a Fire Emblem game sitting on a shelf in a cupboard somewhere, like just waiting to be released, like Pikmin 4 apparently, where it's just been there forever.
Like Metroid
And it's
Dread.
like, yeah. When I saw the leaked screenshots, I'm like, one, that character design is wacky, which means it's 100% real. And then we get here and yeah, it's real. I'm like, okay,
Yep.
that makes
So,
sense.
I didn't
Them and all
pick
their
up on this.
toothpaste
Does it
glory.
say anything about why older characters are showing up?
No.
Like
So-
what
Just
levels
'cause.
there? Just cause.
So, yeah.
Because Fire Emblem won't sell otherwise.
I believe the lore is back in the day in this world, there was a great war, and the only way they won it was by using these relics called emblems, which summoned people in from another world to help them fight this war. And now this big bad from hundreds of years ago is returning, so now they have to get all these emblems and bring them, like, use them to. They're just bringing Marth in again, and probably Edelgard,
Yeah.
and probably all the other Lucina, probably all the Smash ones, all the ones that are in Smash Bros,
Celica.
probably.
Celica's popular.
Yeah,
Celica
like
came back.
it's. I don't know how to feel about this because it's like I liked Three Houses. I thought that it wasn't perfect. It was rough along the edges, like quite a bit, especially in the Garrick Mark areas. Like the Persona kind of area was really rough. But I liked it. I saw the potential, and it seems like with this camp, that kind of stuff might return. But also, I hate games where the gimmick is just nostalgia. I really don't like when the first thing you see is just, look, it's that guy that you liked from that last game, or like, and it's just like they gave us no reason to care about this new world or its new story because they just shoved Marth in your face and went, look, it's Marth. You like Marth? And I'm like, no, because I'm not playing it.
I remember when Marth got put in Melee and nobody knew who he was. That was funny. That was
Yeah.
a fun time. Now they just shove him in everything.
I don't know. It's like it's an interesting one, right? Because it's like I say, this has been sitting on a shelf for a while. It probably was because they were working on Fire Emblem Warriors a lot, so they didn't want to release two Fire Emblem games in the same year. So they pushed it to January, which is the definition of literally stretching it. Nintendo, they're like,
It's
it's
6
not in
months
this year;
apart,
it's in
like, why?
January.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I
9
feel like they
months.
could have held on to it for a little while longer,
See,
even.
here's my question is, right, and I don't want it because I hate the internet, because the internet's gone straight into those, like, Switch 2 rumors. Switch Pro, Switch 2, it's coming soon, Zelda.
It's been
Like, I
coming
hate
soon
it.
since 2016.
Exactly, yeah. But I've always thought in my head that the new Switch, whatever it is, Switch Pro, Enhanced Switch, whatever it is, Switch 2, would be late 2023, early 2024, would be my guess. Would be, a good 6 to 7 years after, like 6.5 years after Switch, basically.
Yeah.
So this could very much be, from the looks of some of these games, Nintendo might just have a backlog like Pikmin, like this, which they need to just shit out, which is like, it could be true, because you know what they're like, this Pikmin game's apparently been in dev since like 2016 or something ridiculous, so it's like,
It was gonna be a Wii U game.
apparently, I don't
believe.
believe it. I honestly believe, when Miyamoto said the next Pikmin game was in development, I honestly believe they meant like, hey Pikmin, that 3DS game, and this rumor just spiraled out of control. That's what I personally think.
Wow.
But it's like, they probably are getting to a point where next year is probably going to be pretty big, because if Zelda is May, which I don't think it will be, because I still think that game's going to get pushed one more time just to give them just the college try of what can be delayed. There's probably like one massive game in the fall left that isn't Pokemon, because Pokemon will probably have an expansion pass like Sword and Shield. So it's like, man, maybe we are getting to that point. It won't be with Zelda. Those people are delusional. That's probably like a swan song, if anything. But who knows? Maybe they just need a Fire Emblem out. It looks fine.
It's funny to
Yeah.
me that after I missed Three Houses when that came out, I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just get the next one. And now the next one is here, and it's coming out the same week as Dead Space. So
Is it me? And like looking at these notes, right? Looking at what the things that they've announced so far. Is 2023 just going to become 2022 again, where everybody's stacking up those first 3 months and then nothing's going to come out again? Are we really going to be playing this game again? Because it's like a lot of these games that were 2023 are February specifically, and I'm like, oh god, we're doing it again, aren't we? We're genuinely...
everyone's stacking up these months, and then it's also everyone's going to delay things.
It's very interesting. Also, I feel bad for Forspoken now, because it already had Dead Space in its like little area. Now it has a Fire Emblem game, which is going to eat.
Forspoken's coming out in January.
And Fire Emblem's going to be a much
for whatever
bigger
reason, I was giving
grab.
Forspoken its slot that it had this year, but in 2023.
Yeah, which it probably should, to be honest. But it's like, Hogwarts is out in that like February as well. And it's like there's so many games coming out in February that next year. I feel like it's going to be a bloodbath. I think everything's going to be Horizoned, which is going to be interesting. Anyway, we've talked about Fire Emblem long enough. There was nothing massive. That was the thing with it. It was like the trailer was fine, but to me, it very much looked like, oh, we're using 3 houses to build something new, which is fine. There's no problem with that. But nothing special.
Yeah. So anyways, next up after that was It Takes Two. It's getting a Switch port coming out November.
Was anyone else like, wasn't this already on Switch? That genuinely was my initial impression. I was like, I thought this game would have been on Switch like when it came out.
I think you were thinking of Unraveled.
No, I genuinely I knew Unraveled was on Switch, but I was like, I swear It Takes Two sounds like a game that should be on Switch already. So
I think it would be.
Honestly,
it's crazy it's taken this long. But that's cool. It's not a cloud version, so we'll take that. I'm sure it'll do fine.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
After that was Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Sorry, Ethan, did you want to say something?
No, I just said November's a good slot because nothing other than Pokemon's coming out that month for Switch, so that's fine. That's a good slot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fatal Frame, early 2023. Cool for the people that like that. I have no attachment to it.
There was a cool little Suda51 interview that I heard about it because he's the director of that game.
He is?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I believe so. Or one of them, but basically he was he was basically told, like, he was talking about it. Where is it? I swear it was Suda51. Yeah, Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, director and writer. Yeah, he wrote it and directed it. The only reason he did it was because his wife was a massive fan of the franchise and he hated it, and his wife basically bullied him into playing all of them, and he used to shit himself, and she'd laugh at him. So that's the story behind that game. But yeah, that's cool. It's a hidden game from the Wii that, you know, no one over here got to play, so that's cool.
Yeah. Next up, Xenoblade 3 DLC got its next wave announcement for mid-October.
Mm-hmm.
New heroes coming out. She's basically like kind of like what Poppy was in Xenoblade 2.
Yeah. Just as a DLC, which is a very interesting take to do, because, you know, I feel like a hero that requires a lot of work to get them to be good and a lot of progression is a terrible idea to put in post-game DLC, like post-launch DLC, where everyone will have finished the game, so they'll strictly just be leveling that up for maybe New Game Plus. Seems like
especially when
bad
Soul
idea.
Hacker already existed.
Yeah. Seems a bit strange, but I don't know. The design looks very weird to me. Like, she looked like her body proportions didn't look right. Like her mech body looks like it's like a stick person.
She looked
in a way.
very
It felt very
irregular.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll hop in. The challenge battles are there. The swimsuits, the infamous swimsuits, have finally made their way into Xenoblade 3, and I'm sure it'll be a tragic day for everybody on Twitter. That's all I'll say on that one. Good luck if you follow a Xenoblade fan. That's all I'll say. Good lord.
Speaking of swimsuits, next to SpongeBob, the Cosmic Shake.
Hell yeah. Yeah. A game that's been shown off so many times, yet still doesn't have a release date. Yeah. THQ has shown this game off like so many times in their own presentations. What I like about this is, if you don't know what the Cosmic Shake is it's a spiritual sequel to Battlefield Bikini Bottom. So the team did the Rehydrated, and now they're just making a flat out sequel. Like, they're just going to do another one, which is fun. People like Battlefield Bikini Bottom. I played it. I thought it was all right.
I still have to play that. I got it on Plus back when it came out and haven't touched it.
It's all right. It's pretty decent, but it's nice. I feel like it's very weird that game doesn't have a date yet, but oh well.
Yeah. After that, Fist of the North Star Fitness Boxing, because those two things go together.
I was like, what? Like, this is where this is the point here. This is the point right here where my thoughts on this direct started to go to, oh no, like, we're in for one. Because if this is one of the speaking parts, like, this isn't in a trailer at the end, this isn't the highlight reel, this is like big boy time. I'm like, oh no. But I mean, what, like, who cares? It's supposed to the North Star Fitness Boxing. I'm sure 3 people will enjoy that.
Yeah. Next was Oddballers. I don't remember what this was.
It's like an indie game. Like, it was like Dodgeball indie game. It looked fine. Not really got anything to say about it. Tunic for Hunter, September 27th, 2022.
Yeah. Tunic's finally coming to Switch.
PlayStation Day.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that game was probably... I hate when people say it was made for Switch, but, you know, it's an isometric Zelda clone. It was made for Switch.
It looks like it would find people who like it on the Switch, for sure.
I feel like that's another one I'm surprised wasn't already there.
Yeah, same, but it also had that Xbox exclusivity, so the exclusivity, I believe, hasn't run out yet. So
yeah, I've been aware of it not being elsewhere because
it was in that PlayStation State of Play, the last one, and they were like, it's coming in September. I'm like, that's a while away for a State of Play.
Yeah.
Now we know why.
Yeah. There you go. Same day.
Next, they talked about the Front Mission 1 and 2 remakes, as well as a third game coming out eventually.
I don't know what the fuck Front Mission is, to be honest. Is that bad?
Yeah.
Am I showing my Zoomer side here?
I don't know what it is either.
I also
There's big mechs in it. But hey, after that, we had a farming game.
Story
of Seasons, A Wonderful Life.
Summer 2023. Oh my god! If you are a farming fan, then gee whiz, Sam's gonna have a year next year. He's like, wow,
you're eating good.
You're eating good, because Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life is a remake of Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, as far as I'm concerned, and that's like, it's interesting. It's fine. Like, I don't know. It's cool, whatever. This one at first I was like, oh, that's cute, whatever, because this was the first one.
Yeah, that's how it always goes. It was
This
like
one, yeah, it's
it
fine.
was like the space shooters at Keeley's thing. It started with Callisto Protocol, and then it just downsloped into being noise.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, next is the announcement that could have been a tweet with Splatoon 3's Splatfest coming
Next weekend, not this weekend, next
23rd,
weekend.
yeah.
Which is interesting. My friend was asking me earlier today,
Sucks to be
actually.
me. I'll be at the beach for most of that.
My friend was asking me earlier today. He was like, "When do you think the first Splatfest is?" And I was like, "End of September, I'd guess." And then I got it confirmed today, so I was like, "At least I had a rough idea."
You
Which
had an inkling of an idea.
hey, a good one. But one, it confirmed a couple of things. One, the colors do change for Splatfest, so it's not just going to be the colors of the hosts every time, which is good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Two, I see that we're already. This seems like bottom of the barrel ideas, Nintendo, for a Splatfest. Like, to be honest, like I was expecting.
Desert Island.
Yeah, with you guys going, oh, there's 3 teams this time. I thought you'd at least have had 2 ideas of good 3 team picks. And they're like, oh fuck, Desert Island, Gear, Jeff Grubb, or Fun. Like, what the fuck is this? Like,
I don't know. That's a tough one. It'd be between Jeff Grubb and Fun for me.
you see, I'm thinking of Gear because I think those Shiver mains just won't stop this year. I feel like after the Splatfest World premiere, I don't trust Big Man, so Fun's getting in the bin. Dude. Like, fuck that off. Big Man fans, we lose. I'm not defending again, so I don't know.
Nah, dude.
We'll see.
You said it yourself. The strat was go with
Yeah,
Fry.
we just have to. Yeah,
you're guaranteed coming second if you choose Fry at least, because no one hurts the Fry, the Fry stands, because no one is one.
Truth.
But no. But yeah, that shouldn't have just been a tweet, to be honest.
That could have been an email. Yeah.
And if anything, you've now ruined the cutscene for everybody for when we get in. So now we're just going to skip it instantly because we know what the Splatfest topic is and we know all the dialogue. So thanks for that, Nintendo. Whatever, I guess. Next up was a game that Cal actually cared about.
A game I never thought would actually happen because Square Enix hates me. It's Octopath Traveler 2.
See,
it's funny how all you had to do was complain about the mobile game like a week or 2 ago,
dude.
And suddenly,
isn't it fun how
the
things
real
work?
sequel is announced?
Isn't
all
it
your simping
fun?
paid off? Yeah, finally.
The characters' names spell out Octopath again.
Same classes as last time.
Same classes as last time.
They claimed that the story is actually intertwined this time, so that
it looked like they did because there was one little part in the trailer where where 2 party members were interacting outside of travel banter.
Well,
that's interesting.
Nice.
So I'm really excited to see how this pans out. And the HD 2D has improved so much from the first Octopath.
I like the character designs that they showed for these guys a lot. Like the Scholar Man with his sweet trench coat and whatever looks so much cooler than Cyrus did.
The merchant guy with his fedora.
Yeah.
The merchant guy who looked like a cowboy. Yeah.
I already noticed. Yeah, I already noticed. They don't have to break NDA to tell me that. It's like Harry's voice actor's one of them because as soon as I heard it, I was like, "Oh, it's her again." I was like, "It's her again!" Like she has such a distinctive voice that every character she ever plays, I'm like, "There you are, got you."
I thought I heard Cassandra Lee Morris as one of them.
I wouldn't be shocked.
My one hope is that I know that they're using the same classes. I hope that they don't just straight rip the same moves.
Yeah.
Everyone. I hope that they, have similar applications but are actually different.
Yeah, because I mean the warrior class has totally changed because that's what not Hikari, that's his name, the samurai guy uses.
Yeah.
Whereas Ulbrich, he's more samurai, whereas Ulbrich from Octopath 1 was more like knight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, fair enough. And it's available on PS4 and 5, so
And Steam.
and Steam. So now we get to play the wonderful game of Octopath 1 only being on Xbox and Octopath 2 only being on PlayStation, because that makes fucking sense. Welcome to Square Enix. Like, genuinely.
Nintendo just gets both of them.
Yeah, but to be fair, it was originally a Nintendo project. I don't know how this has happened.
Was.
Like, I just don't get it. I'm like, okay, I understand. Maybe
either.
Xbox. Okay, Xbox probably paid for the Game Pass port, but why does Sony now get 2? Like that genuinely makes zero sense. But so does anything Square Enix does. It never makes fucking sense.
Legit. And you know what else doesn't make sense? Another farming game.
You know, Faith Farm
2023.
Don't even remember which one that one was. So
don't even care about which one this was.
But it was the same fucking shite, so who cares? Like, genuinely, like, poor Faith Farm. No one's ever gonna care.
Legit. Except for the farming fans who are playing that to tide them over until Story of Seasons comes out in the summer.
True. And then Story of Seasons fans will wait for Rune Factory 3 in the fall, because, you know, that's probably how it's gonna go. Sorry, I skipped a bit there. Anyway, Theatre Rhythm was after that.
Final Fantasy rhythm game.
I love how that game was announced and they were instantly like 6 bajillion DLCs. Buy now, baby. By the way, this game
Nier and Live Alive.
This game looks like it took 20. Like it looks like it took like 2 people to make. Like I was like, wow, like these games really do have an interesting art style. I don't hate it, but it also just very much looks like 3 people in Flash Player.
It was a 3DS game. So,
was it
kind of limited on what they could do
back then?
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, to be fair,
now it's just the art style.
Just kind of looking at it, I'm not going to play it, but it seems like something that I could have fun watching someone do.
Yeah,
like, play some. Songs.
I will give it to Square with these rhythm games. Same with Melody of Memory, even though like, you know, other like rhythm games like Persona, they have like the choreographed moves and stuff like that, so there's less songs, but because they put more effort into either the gameplay or just what they're actually doing. These games, even though the game, like, because the actual mechanics and what like the visual style is simple, they cram them with fucking songs. Like most rhythm games have like 20 to 50 songs, and these ones have like hundreds. So it's like fair play. You're not getting ripped off of the amount of songs that you get. Some people might say you get too many songs, which was my thing with Kingdom Hearts, where you have every version of the same fucking like Olympus Coliseum. Every version, you're like, they're the same.
Oh man, I can't wait till they make the Final Fantasy VII remake rhythm game, and you get every version of the battle theme.
Yeah, exactly. But no, fair enough. Next up, I forgot this was even in the direct, to be honest. This next one, I forgot this actually happened.
I mean, they didn't show anything new. It's Mario and Rapid Sparks of Hope, basically just saying, hey, this game's coming out in a month. Be sure to stop by and pick it up if you want. We have Rayman now.
Give me Rabbids Waluigi, you cowards.
You know, the thing with Mario Rabbids is I would 100% pick this game up, but it's a Ubisoft game. So I know, 1, I only played like half of the original because I got bored. But 2, that game's going to be like $10 in like a year because it's a Ubisoft game. So it's like, unlike most Switch games, I'm more than happy to wait to play Sparks of Hope. I can probably wait till the Rayman DLC is out and play and like pay it for like $20 and be like, okay, cool. It's just it's not like instant. I don't need that instant like gratification of playing that game because it's just it's not on my radar. And there's far too many games out in October for me to even contemplate it. To be honest, it's a weird one. But you know, Nintendo needed a Mario game out this year, so I guess that's it.
And Odyssey 2 doesn't exist.
It's probably a Switch 2 game at this point.
Probably.
Anyways.
Rune Factory 3.
Oh, baby. Let's go.
Kids like farming.
I love farming.
Like getting married.
Oh, it's starting a family.
Watching your family grow up. I think that was this one.
Watching how your family, like your lifestyle choices turns into their career. Yeah, I think this was the one.
So is this one a remake then?
Yes.
I don't know.
It's a remake of Rune Factory 3. It's coming in 2023. And then they also announced, just in case there wasn't enough farming sims on the Switch yet, that the new Rune Factory series is in development. They said new Rune Factory series, so I don't know if that means a spin-off or just a new entry in the series. I don't know, but
I don't know.
it's in development, so God. What? That's like, geez, like, how many do we need? Like, come the fuck on.
So like that's 3 at this point.
But they're all the same. That's the thing. You can at least say with like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, there's a bit of variety there. Whereas these are literally the same. N64 kind of faithfully redone of those kind of era games, and it's like, wow, everyone had the same idea.
Hey, speaking of the N64,
yes.
There's an N64 sizzle reel of games coming to Nintendo Switch, whatever the heck.
Nintendo Switch
N64
Online
available.
expansion pack featuring Nintendo 64 games.
That one.
Yes.
And also the Sega Genesis, in case you forgot.
They don't add games
Nintendo
to that, though,
did.
so no one cares. Yeah. Yo, Sonic, am I right? Gotta go fast.
But anyways, they showed off some interesting stuff here. Pilot Wings, the first 3 Mario parties, and the first 2 Pokemon stadiums.
Mario Party 1, 2, and 3 might be the reason that I may eventually get the expansion pass, because being able to play that online with friends is something that people have wanted for a long-ass time. So
yeah,
I think that's a big one, to be honest. People are talking about GoldenEye. I'm like, no, Mario Party, that's the big one.
It could also be a nice change of pace from Mario Party Superstars.
Oh, definitely.
Depending on how good the online is with these games.
We'll see. We'll find out.
Stable. Because Superstars already had really good online.
Yeah. But people have been asking since the start of it, Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, so we can play online with people, and it looks like it's finally happening, which is good. Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, I did not expect to ever come to this service, so that's an interesting one.
Honestly, yeah. Because with those games, you're just stuck with rental Pokemon, because you won't be able to connect any games to it to transfer.
So that's interesting. 1080 for snowboarding, interesting. I'm excited by it, Alright, GoldenEye was obviously the big one that they were very happy on. It's a shame that this leaked like a year ago, or else people would be surprised. Yes, because it got leaked on the Xbox side, because it's coming to Xbox as well. That's the thing. Nintendo and Xbox have partnered with each other, so it's coming to N64 expansion pass, and it's also going to Game Pass. The interesting part, the Nintendo version's better, because with the online emulation, you can play online with 4 people. You can't do that on the Xbox version. It's only local on the Xbox version. So Nintendo actually has the superior version of that.
Wow.
It's not a 4K, but it's an N64 game, so it'll look ass in 4K or 1080p. So roll with it. But those are some good games.
It really is. That's a good selection, and those are all coming out 22, 22, and 23.
I believe Mario Party 1 and 2 are by the end of the year. Mario Party 3 next year, I think, is what they said. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, farming games.
Yeah, I hope that was your break. This is what I was talking about. This is why this Nintendo Direct is shit, because it's literally farm game, something else. Farm game, something else. Literally.
Various day life.
It was literally
various day life.
Yeah, fuck this one. This was from the Octopath team, right?
Right.
Can the Octopath team hire someone to?
One, right?
It was the Octopath team. It's in the Octopath font. Literally, for the love of God, can someone hire at that team someone that knows how to name video games and use a different font? How hard is it? Like, Jesus Christ. It's like, I get it with Triangle Strategy. They're kind of in the same genre, and it's like, oh, look what we're doing, what we did with Octopath to Tactics games. So yeah, we'll use the same font. Makes sense. There's no fucking clue what they're doing now. They're just going to the dictionary and doing a fucking finger of fate, going woo 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 woo. Various. Do.
Why do they have 2 of these? Harvestella's coming out in a month.
November. It's
Various Day Life is out today.
Today?
It came out today, yeah. Today as of recording.
And don't talk about Harvestella. That's spoilers for later. That's a future farm game. Don't you do that.
That was announced already before though.
No, that's spoilers. We haven't talked about that one yet. We're only on fucking number 5. We're only on farming game number 5. Wait your turn for farming game number 7.
After that was a game called Factorio, which I don't even remember what
It's a PC game. It's a PC game where you build factories and defend it from aliens on an alien planet.
Oh, yeah. October 28th.
Yeah.
After that was a game called Ib.
Yes, that was that indie horror game.
You go inside of a painting.
Yeah.
It looked cool.
Ib.
It had
Yeah.
that very.
Is that done by the? Does that have devs
I
from
don't
like the
know.
Limbo people?
I don't know
Probably.
that
I can
answer.
look it up
I
for
might
you,
be
Hunter.
making this up. I'm just saying this.
It looked like
the
it was very
name
much
sounds vaguely
going
familiar.
for that Undertale kind of vibe of artwork. Oh no, here you go. It's a remake.
No, it's a
Oh.
remake.
Cool.
It was a freeware psychological horror game made for Microsoft Windows that was released in 2012. So yeah, it's an Undertale kind of thing, and now they're doing a new version of it.
That's neat.
With an English localization. It wasn't actually made in English originally, so there you go. So that's fun. So yeah, that looks like a thing that Hunter might play at some point. So I'm sure we'll hear about Ib again at some point in the future.
It did look like a Hunter game.
Sorry, Hunter. Hate to paint you like that. Never really go that. Well, actually, I do say that's a Kyle-ass game. I just see a weeb game and I go, Kyle, that's yours.
Yeah, he saw
There you go.
Octopath.
Yeah, have fun. Have fun.
Oh, I will.
Okay, right now
I
back.
will
This
love
is
when that game comes out.
earlier when I was saying that Nintendo had a load of non-updates that shouldn't have been part of the Direct. This is another one. Mario Strikers Battle League. That game's dead. You're not bringing that back. That game was fucking shit, and no one cares.
I don't understand. Like they were perfectly fine with tweeting about Shy Guy and Daisy.
But Pauline and Diddy Kong are the big fucking hitters, dude. What is it with
Whatever,
Pauline
man. Shy
this
Guy has like the
generation?
best animation in that game. When he gets scored on, he'll just stare into the abyss. It's hilarious.
Pauline, is this game like why? What is it with Nintendo Switch sports
She's
games
the
this
new
year? She
Rosalina.
is. Well, she's just the DLC every time. Tennis, she was the DLC. Golf DLC, Strikers DLC every time. It's like, is there Pauline fans that are like, now you sold me on this now? Fuck.
Yeah.
It's really
I couldn't
stupid.
tell you.
Oh,
I
well.
blame Mario Odyssey.
Also, new gear in the stadium is not a feature. That's like saying in FIFA we added a new stadium. That's just fucking changing the decor.
Stadiums don't do anything.
It's not like golf where it's a different course.
Yeah, it's not like golf where there's actually courses. No, the
How about
stadiums
it?
literally. I don't think I
Just
ever
a
brought this up
backdrop.
on the podcast, but when my brother came back up here, I actually ended up buying Strikers, and we played it for.
I saw on your Switch list that you'd committed a
Yeah.
sin, and that's why I didn't talk to you for 3 days. I personally went out of my way. I was like,
yeah,
oh look,
right.
he's committed a sin. He bought Mario Strikers. Time to ignore him. Luckily, it was a Tuesday, so I didn't need you for anything.
Yeah, luckily it passed by as
Yeah, it was a weekday.
normal, but
times
yeah,
are
so
hard, man. Times are hard.
So we played that, and yeah, of all of the Mario sports games, that one's the most like bare bones to me.
I played the demo
And-
for like 5 minutes and went oof and uninstalled it, and then was like, no,
Because like
I didn't even know there was a demo.
there's
Yeah.
hardly a difference between the quick play and the cups or whatever, because the cups are all just arbitrary pictures. There's no difficulty or anything
They're
like
some
that.
JPEGs, bro. They're just some JPEGs.
Yeah, there's no difficulty or anything like that. There's nothing about it that really changes anything. You in said cups, you have the possibility of seeing the same character on every team. Like I could have I could face a Wario in every team I play. We realized very quickly that it was like, oh man, there's hardly any point to doing anything but the quick play.
There's nothing in that game. There genuinely is. It's the most bare bones game I've seen Nintendo release in a while, and them try and suggest that this bare
adding
bones
a
update is
background
needed.
stadium is
Yeah.
not going to do anything because, like I said, the stadiums don't matter. Nothing changed when you would switch them up.
It's
Which is goofy because their whole thing was like they made a whole big thing about like ripping two pieces of one and sticking them together, and
you'd think that the trains act differently or something like that, but nope.
No,
all the same. What a tragedy. Anyway, weeb shit was up next. Are you surprised? It was every other thing in this direct, so you shouldn't be at this point.
The two genre.
Yeah.
The two types of
weeb shit and farming.
Direct.
And sometimes some farming weeb shit
and
just to sprinkle it in.
Nintendo. Sometimes Mario.
Hey, look, it's Mario. No Chris Pratt though, which is a real disappointment. Anyway, what was next? Atelier Rise?
Atelier Rise, yeah.
Yeah, which had a stupid fucking subtitle. It was like
I didn't even bother writing the subtitle. It was long.
It's out in February, so it's gonna go and die with everything else in February.
Yeah, Octopath is also out in February. It's the same day.
No, of course it is. It's made by the same people. Won't be fucking surprised. It's another Square Enix throw out. Who makes Atelier Horizon?
I don't think it's Square Enix.
It'd be funny if it was, though, wouldn't it? Be really funny if it was.
No.
It is RPG site. Who made it? Oh, it's also Atelier Horizon is also coming to PS4 and PS5. So, and PC.
Well, wow.
I don't have anything. The RPG site, you failed me. It's not made by Square though, because it would have already come up by now. Anyway, what was next?
Mario.
Oh yeah, the MK Deluxe, where they announced 2 of 8 tracks that are probably coming in December. What an update!
Yeah.
Again, tweet it or don't.
Tweet.
Even in fact, this one I'll go as far to say, fucking hold your load. Like literally, like just save it for later, dude. Like no need. We don't need it. I don't need to know that Merry Mountain and Peach Gardens are coming in 5 months, dude. I don't need to know.
Those are the only 2 things they showed.
And they were like, it's coming this holiday. I'm like, I can tell because 6 of them aren't ready. Like, what the fuck?
Now I'm sold.
So they didn't even have all. They didn't tell you all of the tracks.
No, just showed those 2.
They showed 2.
More come in. Yeah.
God.
See, Wave 3's coming this
I
holiday.
don't care about Mario Kart.
It's a tragedy. That's why I want the Switch 2. Really, is just I want this booster course pass to be over and an actual Mario Kart to come out. Like genuinely.
Yeah.
Like they're fun enough to play, but I've played enough Mario Kart 8 that even adding new tracks at this point does nothing for me. Anyway, another disappointment.
Tragedies.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch Sports. The golf update has been delayed to holiday 2022.
God fucking! They had one job, and that was make golf, and they failed.
Didn't this get delayed already?
Yeah,
Probably.
it was like we can't make it in time for launch, so it's coming out this autumn. Sorry, this
Like,
fall, and then they're like,
hard
hold that. Yeah, I don't know how hard it is.
How hard is it to just port the courses from Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort?
Yeah, it's 21
into
courses
this game?
with 8 players, which I like that it's 8 players. It's kind of like that stupid golf from Mario Golf, where it's like everyone's going at the same time. I'm hoping you can bounce into each other's balls, because that'll be the true fun. I'll be sitting there online tormenting children, just going, ha ha ha, whacking everybody else's ball. Like, I can already imagine I can already imagine the anger that will ensue from people knocking each other over. But it's like, it's too little too late. Even I'm not going to be bothered to go and like, I don't want to go and bully strangers on the internet and like after 6 months,
In
like, you know,
golf.
it's over. In golf, it's over. I don't care enough.
That's
I'm
what
not going to
Splatoon is for.
I'm not going to get Sam to be like, oh, Sam, do you want to... Well, actually, if I did say, hey, Sam, do you want to go and play golf in Wii Sports? He'd probably be like, yeah, let's go. But I just don't really want to. It's too little too late. And then also, they didn't say it was a final update. So it's like, are they going to just keep adding shit until they're like, please consider playing the game again?
Please, may I ask you to come back for more?
Just very tragic.
Yeah. Anyways. Next is when Miyamoto came out. We talked about the Mario movie coming out next spring.
Not even a trailer. Fucking gutted.
Not even a trailer. Literally just
He was
talked.
just like, it exists, and then bounced.
And he said the theme park as
No,
well.
he didn't bounce yet.
It was like Mario. It was like Mario movie exist. Mario World in Hollywood soon to exist. Have you heard of Pikmin Mobile?
Pikmin Mobile still exists for some
Reminds me of the
reason.
time they were
Also
like-
Pikmin 4.
Oh, Pikmin 4.
So yeah, Pikmin Bloom, a game that's already out. They spent 5 minutes on of Miyamoto going, look, here's my daily life. I walk around Japan. Sometimes I'm in Hollywood because we're making a fucking Universal Studios part there. Have we mentioned that before?
Hanging out with
Next
Chris
summer.
Pratt.
Hanging out with Chris Pratt. We're gonna, you know that there's gonna be that photo of there's gonna be like a stage with 2 warp pipes, and Miyamoto's gonna be in one and Chris Pratt's gonna be in the other, and we're all gonna die of cringe. That's gonna happen next year when that thing opens. Because Chris Pratt's already in Universal Studios because of Jurassic World, so they've got him on speed dial. So it's like they're both going to be there.
What if Seth Rogen came out of the pipe?
Like, is that Donkey Kong? Like, you just hear him. Like, they don't even let him out the pipe. You just hear him, and you're like, "Shit, that's Donkey Kong." You can tell by the laugh. Yeah, I don't know. That was stupid. Does anyone have any opinions on Pikmin 4, the JPEG that they
I'd
showed
have
off?
opinions if they showed anything.
I don't.
That's a lie. I don't
I've
care
not-
about
I've
Pikmin.
not played Pikmin anyway, so you know.
Pikmin's not my kind of
probably-
game.
I wouldn't have opinions either way, probably.
Yeah,
Not a massive
Honestly,
fan of strategy
I
games.
forgot there was a 3.
It's on the
it
Wii
was
U.
on the
yeah.
Wii U.
Uh,
It did
Didn't they
get ported
port
to
it to Switch? Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot
but it
got
was a Wii
ported.
U game, so understandable. Also, I count Pikmin as a farming adjacent game.
I'll allow
Because
it.
he has
I'll allow it.
plant
You have
buddies.
to water Pikmin. I allow it. That counts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you gotta nurture them, feed them nectar.
Take them on a walk
Anyways.
through Tokyo. Especially to where the Nintendo World is in Universal Studios Japan. Now open. Been open for a year, by the way.
Wink, wink.
Donkey Kong expansion coming soon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Am I right? Sorry, Seth Rogen laugh. Anyway. You play from the Pikmin's
Just
POV. We didn't mention that. That's
2023.
important. We didn't report that.
Oh yeah,
buzzword.
that's like the one gameplay
That's the
thing they
gimmick.
talked about.
That's the gimmick of this game, yeah.
Oh yeah, the PO.
So basically, Grounded from Xbox that they did like a year ago or something. That game where you play as like little people with bugs. That's basically it. They're doing that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, a Bug's Life.
Yeah, basically. Anyway, Just Dance. You were
Just
saying, important
Dance.
game. That
Super
game's not
important
coming
game.
to PS4. What the fuck is up with that?
It's not coming to the Wii
Didn't we talk
either.
about this last week?
Yeah, we
We
did.
did because this was part of Ubisoft's thing.
Yeah.
Why though? Why? I still don't.
Yeah,
get
it's
it.
still a mystery to me because it
What?
didn't take.
This direct was
They
so fucking boring. I'm still asking the same damn question. like why? Like fucking
why exactly?
just why?
Why?
Artelia
Damn it.
Riser 3's coming to
Tell
PS4.
me.
Why isn't Just Dance? Like what the fuck?
Tell me.
So dumb. Yeah, anyway, that's coming out. Also, it says, I like how it was like Just Dance 2023 version is what they're calling it now. So, Assassin's Creed is doing this whole bollocks like, we're a world now. Assassin's Creed Infinity, download it all from the Infinity Hub or whatever. Why isn't Just Dance just Dance? Let's be real here. Just Dance
Yeah,
should 100%
like,
just be
or-
Just Dance, you pay a subscription, you Just Dance.
Pay a
We update
subscription
it
to
every
get
year.
your
Just
playlist of
Dance.
generic pop songs. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh well. Anyway, that's enough talking about non-farming games, Cal, because what's up next?
Harvestella.
You know, I genuinely thought that I was too harsh saying there was this many farming games. I'm fucking gobsmacked that it was like
No,
this
no,
many.
you're right.
Like, genuinely. Anyway, which one was Harvestella again? Is that the square one? The other
It's
square
Square
one?
Enix.
It's the square one that comes out in a couple.
Yeah,
of
the
months.
other square one that comes
Start
out
of
this
November.
year.
Yeah. Demo is available and it'll transfer save data.
So is their full game that the other team made. Why do they do this? Ah!
I genuinely, I hate this. I hate that. I'm fucking pissed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fucking 6. Is that 6? That's 6, sorry.
It's okay. I think that's the end of farming.
That's 7 fucking farming games. Like, 6 was shown, but then they announced that there was another fucking Rune Factory coming, so
Oh,
that's
yeah.
7. So it's like,
True.
are you
counting
fucking
Pikmin in that also?
8! Stupid!
7.5.
Stupid, bro. Like, no wonder I was
You know,
sick of
if-
farming games. Holy shit, bro. That's so dumb. Anyway, so yeah, Harvestella, what do you fucking do? It's another farming sim. I've got nothing to say. Start a family, grow some fucking corn. There you go. Next.
Put that on the box.
Sorry.
I love how Bayonetta 3, they're like, we're sorry, we don't have time to show you this gameplay. We're too busy showing people how to grow corn, so, you know.
It's like, you
The
really gonna
gameplay's going up on YouTube later.
to show the Bayonetta, like,
The
trailer?
Bayonetta gameplay would fucking, it'd defend the queen, so we're moving it to YouTube.
Oh, God.
Have some farming shit in the meantime. And you're like, fuck me. Bayonetta 3 looks great. It still looks good.
Yeah, it looks good, man. man.
I don't know why Nintendo, whenever they show games, are like, Bayonetta 1 was about Bayonetta finding good memories, 2 was about saving the people she cares about, 3 is about saving the world. I'm like, who gives a fuck? It's Bayonetta 3. Just, like, let the game speak for itself.
Hair powers go burr.
Cool, I guess I don't need to play those games now.
Yeah, and they're like, it's cool. People
Hey
who
man, you
want
started
Bayonetta
Devil
3.
May Cry on 3. Might as well do the same with this series.
Yeah.
Bayonetta is going to be
There's nothing
good.
after Bayo 3.
Bayonetta 3 is going to be good. Everybody's going to like Bayonetta 3 that plays it. Am I going to buy it straight away? Probably not. That's probably a game that I'll probably play a couple of weeks after. I might ask for that for my birthday, to be honest, because why not? It's like, someone will buy it me. I'll be like, hey, do you like me? Am I a good friend? No, well, buy me Bayonetta 3 anyway. That's what I'll probably do.
Yeah.
But no, it looks good. It looks fun. Looks like a late gen Switch game. Looks good.
Yeah. So this next game, this is one I'm interested to get your guys' takes on. Master Detective Archives Rain Code, made by the people that made Danganronpa.
Why isn't it
It
just
certainly
Danganronpa?
has the visual style of Danganronpa.
Really just looked like Danganronpa.
It looks like
Except
3D
you seem to be able to
Danganronpa.
go where?
It's like Danganronpa mixed with Persona 5. I'm not like where it's just like we're going into the world of the bad guys to figure out what they did. It's basically AI the Somnium Files.
They realized that the other
Minute.
team was doing the better mystery
I
series,
just realized.
and
I
now they're
was like,
copying them.
I'm like, it's Danganronpa meets Persona 5, and I'm like, wait, that is
This
AI
is
the
AI
Somnium
Somnium
Files.
Oh man. So I'll be interested to play this because okay, I do think that Somnium Files is like the better mystery series than Danganronpa, so I'll be interested to see now that they're trying like something more directly comparable, even to see which one has the sauce.
My opinion on this is I want Danganronpa. I don't want this because I want to laugh. And this game just looks like, I don't know. It just looks like all the kind of. It looks like all the tropes that I don't like. It looks like all the tropes that I don't like. Like, hey, we're young high school detectives. Here's this really horny AI thing. And I'm like, oh God, like, can we not do this, like, for a second? Can we just not? Please, thank you.
I like how it doesn't even appear to be like they're locked to a school now. I could have missed.
No, it's just they said it's just the gathering of the greatest detectives, and they're all apparently fucking 16 for some reason. I'm like, why?
You had your chance to break away from being chained to the adolescence of the Danganronpa characters, and now you just didn't.
If anything, they went younger, because it's like Danganronpa is like 17-year-olds, whereas now it looks like they've gone even fucking lower, and I'm like, why? Well, I don't get what I understand Japan's like, I understand their obsession in terms of, it's when you you discover who you truly are, so it's a good time to set characters up in that area because they're kind of conflicted with themselves as much as they are the scenario. Understand that. I just don't understand doing that in why does that need to be your gimmick in a detective game? Because that just makes it every other Japanese detective game. Because everyone has the same idea. Everyone seems to go to, we'll make them teenagers because they don't know who they are and they're struggling with their self-identity. And I'm like, that's every fucking Japanese video game. You wanna know why people
like Date from Somnium Files so much? Because he is unapologetically just ridiculous.
Genuinely. I just don't get it. I understand from a story perspective, like I say, characters who aren't fully themselves are good. They're good because they develop themselves over the story. They're easier to develop, so that makes sense. But I just don't understand why every game has to be like that. It's like how I'd kill I would genuinely kill for a Persona game where they're even just in university. I would just kill for that. Exactly. Just slightly, we don't need high school drama. Because, trust me, the drama doesn't go away. It just gets fucking, you don't need, you can still have drama.
How often you're forced to be around people.
Yeah. You can have drama with older characters. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
If anything, I'd recommend it.
But
that's what again. That might be where AI wins because Mizuki was 18 and 2, and if they do a third one, she'll probably be even older. So it's like,
But
I just want more.
I'll be interested in with this game is that because they're not doing Danganronpa, it means that the cast potentially won't be just bloated for the sake of having people to kill off.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see if maybe this team could pare down to a cast that's more quality over quantity.
They got close. They got close. They got very close with 3, where there's only like
They
4
did get
that I
close
hate.
with 3. It's true, where even in the early stages, I was really sorry to see people go. So it'd be nice to see if with just a smaller cast with more focus, that they can actually pull something really cool off here. I will probably pick this game up, depending on when. In
I'll
spring
probably
and how many
wait
other
because it's
ridiculous
a
games.
timed Switch exclusive from the looks of it, and after playing Danganronpa on Switch, as much as I liked the portability, it kind of ran a bit terribly, so I might just wait for a PS4 version. But I don't know. It interests me, but also it's like I went to Danganronpa for the stupid absurdity of how terrible it is in the best possible way. It's like a shitty fucking TV show where it's just like, you understand, like, it's not great. It's trash TV. It's trash TV where you're like,
It's like the weeb equivalent of one of those stupid CW teen dramas.
It is. Danganronpa is Weeb Riverdale, dude. It is Weeb Riverdale, where it's like, it's shit, it makes no sense, but it's kind of addictive to watch the trash fight. Like, it has quality elements to it, you know? It has, like, quality moments, but it also is absolute garbage, and I'm down for that.
Yeah.
It'll be. Yeah. I wonder how long Danganronpa's going to take a break, because the thing with Spike is they have a new franchise with AI, thankfully.
Yeah.
But they lost Zero Escape, kind of, because that's kind of done.
Pretty much.
And they've lost Danganronpa. So it's like, I feel like Danganronpa will come back sooner rather than later. But
I guess it would depend on how, like, if this game
is this an Agents of Mayhem where they're just forced to go back to Danganronpa because this doesn't do so hard?
Yeah,
like Saints Row?
like if people happen to really like this game, then I could see them being like, "Oh yeah, let's just keep going with this," and then they could just leave Danganronpa to
they just get another team to make Danganronpa. Is what I think will probably happen. Is they'll eventually pass the torch, make an internal team or something.
But yeah, I also I like mystery games, and about one or two a year is solid for me. So I'll pick this up because it is the Danganronpa team. They can write mysteries that are fun to solve, at least most of the time.
Because Danganronpa was 2017 D3. Jeez, it's
D3
already been 5 years.
God,
I just want to point people out that Danganronpa's been gone for as long as Uncharted. So if Uncharted comes back first, they'll be actually like shocked. That's crazy. Been gone the same amount of time. But
I know which one I miss more.
Anyway, moving on. What was next? I don't remember.
Next was Resident Evil, Biohazard 2, 3, and Village, all getting cloud versions.
Like what?
So if you somehow don't have these, or
Stadia or whatever, that I feel like
then I guess you can play it on this. You could try to anyhow.
Yeah.
Seems stupid, to be honest, but this is, you can't get these games. It's like you can't really get them running on Switch, and I don't really blame Capcom for not wanting to try. So
yeah, like, man.
But it still sucks. But hey, at least you're getting the Winters expansion around the same time, so.
Oh yeah, I guess if you get Resi 8 and it's your first time with it, you'll get the. Is it included with your Switch purchase? Or
I don't know. They didn't mention.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, because if you got like the extra stuff with it, then
it's like a bonus for playing the shit version.
Yeah. But I could see them maybe managing Resi 7, just because that one's older. Like, that came out in 2017, didn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so maybe they could pull that one off, but like I could do like 2 and 3 and forward will be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add. I played Resi 2 this year. Good game.
Every time Resident Evil's brought up, that's your little claim to fame. It's like, I played Resi 2 this year, guys. I played Resi 2. Look at me. I can join in on the conversation.
On sale a while ago.
Resi 2 was always on sale, Hunter. That's why I bought it.
Well,
anyway,
I said 3, as in,
you
could play the other one.
Oh, I should play Resi 3, dude. You're right.
Yeah.
we've got a lot of shite here. Let's pick up the pace, guys. Pick up the pace.
Right.
I've got work tomorrow. Come on, pick up the pace.
All
Sorry,
right.
the farming games were taking up all of our attention.
Yeah, but those were funny, whereas a Sweet Sifu Switch port isn't funny, so pass. Might be funny looking.
People who haven't
but,
played it.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, Sifu's out at start of November. Final
Fantasy
Fantasy
got
VII
a
Crisis
date.
Core Reunion.
I'm surprised it
to
got
see this on
a date
Switch.
Here,
They got a date.
They announced it for Switch.
Yeah.
It's already announced for
this
Switch. But
it was
got a
already
date.
announced?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
pay attention.
Yeah, this one, the prequel.
Then it got a release date here.
It's coming to Xbox
Very
as well.
unceremoniously.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Weird, but yeah. It's that looks like something that I might get to at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll see if they do. I'll basically wait to hear if anybody says, "Yo, they changed some stuff for remake," and then I'll be like, "Okay, guess I'll play it." If it's the same game, I'd probably wait till after, like in 2030, for it to all be done, because why not? We'll see.
Yeah,
But it looks alright.
I'll probably get it or try to anyway, since it's coming out right between. It's coming out right before things storm in January through February and all that. So
Yep. Anyway, last couple. Radiant Silver Gun, which is like an old like twin stick. Yeah. That's out
Also
today.
came out today.
Endless Dungeon, which I don't remember what the fuck that is coming out next year.
Some tower defense thing.
Tales of
Tower defense
Symphonia
twin stick shooter. This surprised me.
gets a
Tales of Symphonia is
remaster
getting a remaster.
in early 2023.
oh man,
Really cool to see
I'm
that.
not gonna have time for it, but I wish I did, because I love Abyss and I loved Arise, and Symphonia is the one that everyone loved. So
Yeah.
I'd like to try it.
It's interesting. Yeah, we'll have to see when. It says early 2023, so it could be like any point. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll come out later than anticipated.
Maybe it'll come out in the gap that they're manufacturing, like this year had.
Maybe. Last couple. Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Including 4-player local multiplayer, no online. It's coming in February to celebrate Kirby's whatever bollocks anniversary, 30th.
30th.
Yeah.
Also want to point out this is the same day as Octopath 2 and Atelier Ryza 3, so that's just a jam-packed day for some reason.
Can't wait for the Kirby remaster to do the best. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Return to Dreamland was solid enough.
I don't know. I don't trust buying a Kirby game. If I buy any, I'll buy whatever the Forgotten Land was. This one this year that came out, the 3D one.
Yeah.
I'll probably pick that up at some point whenever I feel like playing a 3D platformer. But it looked fine. But Kirby gets so much shit. Like, that's the third game. That'll be the third game in 12 months. Because Kirby and the Forgotten Land was March. So it will literally have been, you will have got you would have got Forgotten Land, the stupid fucking minigame one that just came
Dream
out,
Buffet,
and Return to Dreamland Deluxe, all in under a year. It'll be like 11 months, which is ridiculous. Like, that's too much Kirby.
That is a lot of Kirby, man. Like,
again, I feel like that's one of those shit out games. You know what I mean? I feel like they're Switch time bombs ticking, shit it out.
That's half of Kirby's issue in my head a lot of the times. Is I feel like I'm always seeing things about Kirby, so I never know which one's important.
And he never goes away. Yeah. And then to wrap it up, I guess we'll have to have a bit of a discussion about this one, won't we? Because I guess it's slightly important. The Legend of Zelda finally got another trailer. The untitled sequel to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild finally got a title. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, or as I was told to say, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, because my friend wanted to piss off a load of people. So it's called Tears of the Kingdom. It's about the world tearing apart. Thank you for your time.
I mean, yeah, it could possibly.
My favorite part is we actually don't have confirmation. Everyone's just going with Tears, we don't have confirmation because we did not
People
hear
are
a
like,
single
"Oh,
person
it's
from
gonna be
Nintendo say it.
sad, so tears," but it could be either one. So
Yeah.
whatever. Either way, it's a
Well,
cool
yeah,
title.
it's a fun language.
It's an interesting one because I feel like Zelda is one of those franchises where as soon as you hear the title, because I had the same like kind of instinct with Breath of the Wild, where you hear the title and you feel like it doesn't fit, like ever, like like the jumble of words doesn't ever sound right. Like when you hear like Breath of the Wild, I was like, that's a weird name for a video game, or Tears of the Kingdom. That sounds very weird. But now that it's been like 6 hours, I'm like, oh yeah, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom sounds like a Zelda game.
What I want to know is, like, given because the trailer was only a minute and a half long and whatnot.
If that.
And
Half of it was looking at a fucking mural, by the way, so I don't count that.
Yeah. So it showed. We didn't really get much more new information except this. I think we saw another new Sheikah Slate power or whatever those are gonna be.
I don't even think it was a new power. I think
got
it was
to ride blocks.
was it magnetism that was yellow?
That was stasis.
Stasis? It looked to me like that was just another use of stasis, because it looked like the stasis effect to me. Because everything was highlighted yellow, so it looked like another use of stasis.
Okay, you might have a point there. But what I'm getting at is this is the one that they reveal the title with. And we know just about as much as we did when they said, "Oh, we can't reveal the title yet."
Well, here's the thing, right? I don't hate knowing nothing about the game, because I prefer to know nothing, because I want to go into that game as blind as possible. And it seems like they're doing the exact same thing that they did with the original Breath of the Wild, which is show us fuck all until the final trailer. Have the final trailer be hype as fuck, and then that's it.
Yeah,
that's probably what they're gonna do.
And because it's coming out in May, they have just enough time for their early year direct to slam us with that too.
Yeah. Definitely. And I'm all for that.
Put out a trailer at Game Awards time.
Or Game Awards,
Keely
that's what.
this.
Keely, yeah. But I think my problem with this trailer is it's the worst of the 3 that we've had. And it's like, to me, this isn't the title reveal trailer. We'll get to God of War later. That's
it really should have been the last
That's
one that had the title reveal with the hanging shot on the castle and all.
Because that is literally, or the second
one.
I really like the second one. I really like the second one.
Was really good. That was the one where it was like, oh, I'm seeing
you're in the air, like Link's falling from the Link's falling from the battle bus as he's fucking flying down.
This new trailer pretty much just seemed to kind of reiterate what the last one told us, and the logo kind of looks like an
basically
that's all I got.
Basically it was Nintendo going, okay, it's time, we need to put the game name out. It's like we don't have
honestly
anything.
They should have told us the title a year ago, because I would have, and still never told us how to pronounce it. I would have loved to be having this fight about how to say it.
I still am wondering if they are going to tell us. Like, are they going to ever tell us? Where?
Oh my god, get through the game and no one ever mentions anything.
Because here's the thing, if the final trailer for Breath of the Wild, I'm going to keep calling it Breath of the Wild too, Tears of the Kingdom, whatever the fuck you want to call it. If the final trailer for that is the final trailer in the next Direct, they're going to wrap it up again with, we've got one more thing to show you, and do the snap and not say the name again. So it's
yeah, that's right.
Are they ever going to, like, we're going to have to wait for, like, a treehouse where they go, so, by the way, this is Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and Twitter has a fucking, like, midlife crisis, because for the past 6 months they've been calling it Tears.
A midlife crisis.
It's going to be glorious, man.
But I really like the logo. Like, there's something...
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's almost like the opposite of Breath of the Wild. And what I mean by that is Breath of the Wild's logo is quite possibly the simplest Zelda logo that there's ever been, because they took the color out of it. It's literally just like this beige fucking color with a slight with the Silent Princess like little flower on the Z, and that's literally it, and the broken sword. And it's like, whereas this one's got like the neon blue in the background and the degraded sword with like goes all like corrupted at the bottom. It's like one of the like more like intricate, like complicated designs.
It's a
and
good
I'm like, that's
like
kind of
thematic opposite too, because the last game was wild and this one, the undisputable thing in the name is kingdom.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
It's an interesting one. I also just love the fact that this fucking Direct got cancelled in the UK because it's called Tears of the Kingdom is absolutely brilliant, to be honest. Like, Nintendo PR probably had a fucking meltdown. They were like, the
if it
Queen
was
died,
Tears
we're
of the
announcing
Kingdom 2,
Tears
it
of the
probably
Kingdom next
wouldn't
week.
be any better because it'd be like, what if everyone starts to like secede or
And
something?
but no. So we got the box art as well, which I think the box art's really good, to no one's surprise. I think I like it more than Breath of the Wilds, to be honest. I think it's a really good box art.
It's the one where he's like standing over the cliff or whatever, right? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one standing over the cliff. I would get the screenshot for you, but that would ruin the recording, so.
Yeah. No,
Carl, can you find in the box art?
No, I've seen the picture. Like, I've seen the image that the box art is. I just didn't see it as the box art yet, you know?
Yeah.
But no, it's very cool. I like it quite a bit. And that was the Nintendo Direct, which took us an hour and 11
Hooray.
minutes to get through, apparently, which is brilliant.
It's okay. There's hardly anything to talk about on this PlayStation.
Yeah, hardly anything.
Hardly
so that was that.
anything.
So overall, I like even stuff like Breath of the Wild. I feel like that trailer was mid. I genuinely do think it was a mid trailer. I think the logo and the name's cool.
It's the least interesting of them because it's aside from the name, it just showed us things that the second one did.
And if anything, it showed them in a less cool way. Like, it showed Link falling, but the falling shot from the second trailer had all of the islands in the background, and it was so much cooler. And it's like, I don't know. It was like the Direct was fine. It did the job, but skipping an E3 Direct for that, it didn't really feel like we missed much. I feel like Nintendo very much was front-loaded this year, which is fine because we got some great games. And it's also September, so I can't really say front-loaded. But, you know, they were obviously bagging on Splatoon and Xenoblade to carry through the summer and then Pokemon in the winter. So it was like... And they've got some games coming later, like, say, Kirby in February, Fire Emblem in January. There's plenty of stuff. Just a bit of a barren couple. Oh, and Bayonetta in October. Can't forget about Bayonetta.
Oh yeah, and Breath of the Wild got a release date.
Oh yeah, May.
Or new Zelda.
It's
not May 12th, 2023.
I've already forgotten that. Tears of the Kingdom. It's going to take so long for us not to call it Breath of the Wild 2. That's like Breath of the Wild 2 is Instinct to this point. So Tears
when I abbreviate it, I'm probably still just going to call it like B2 or Bo2.
Yeah, probably. Internally, we'll still probably call it Breath of the Wild 2, so who knows. But yeah, May 12th. I feel it'll probably hit it. I feel like Nintendo Nintendo have been holding it for that long at this point, and I feel like they only released the date because they knew it's going to happen. So
yeah, at this point, like, wow,
and no internet, they're not releasing a fucking Switch Pro or a Switch 2 in May. Fuck off, that's not happening.
Don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid. Might get a Switch 2 like upgrade at some point, but I don't think it's gonna. Like, don't be stupid. Anyway, that was that. And if that wasn't enough, State of Play was like, "Hey, we've got like 3 things to show as well."
Yeah.
So State of Play. I guess we'll start overall opinions, guys. What were your overall thoughts on this State of Play? We've had some real stinkers in the past when it comes to State of Plays. Like they've been more bad than good. My initial impression of this one wasn't terrible. Like, it's probably in the upper echelon of State of Plays, but that's not saying anything, right? The only amazing one was the last one. That one was great.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one wasn't as bad as the Exoprimal Dio Field Chronicle, whatever that other one from this year was. But
the Square Enix Adjective fucking video conference, yeah.
Oh yeah, but it also wasn't good, with the exception of the trailer at the end, really. And
there were a couple of good things, but like I say, again, doesn't really know they don't really know what to do. Like, it still feels like we want to do a Direct, but we also don't have enough big things for a Direct. So here are a couple of indies, and it's like, it just, like I say, it just doesn't feel like it knows what it wants to do. And it's like, there's no like I say, and it's like a lot of these games were Japanese studios, which is funny because they killed Japan studio. So that's like the irony there of them having the state of play from all studios like that from Japan. It's kind of crazy, but there was some stuff here, and I mean, we'll start with Tekken 8 finally properly announced. It was already teased like a couple of months ago, wasn't it? At,
I think it got teased
Evo
back during
did tease
Evo.
it.
Yeah,
you got one frame of like 4K Kazuya, if I remember correctly, or something like that.
TGS is like this weekend too, so I guess it would make sense for them to get like
definitely
ahead of announcing that now and then.
But it was announced, and did they say that was there a year on it, or was it just a now in development?
it just said stay tuned.
Okay, so that's 2024 then for people who want to know.
At least,
probably, yeah.
But it looked interesting. That was actual gameplay footage. It says captured on PS5, so that is at least
it looks
something
really good as far as that's concerned. Like visually, the rain looked real good on those two lads.
I'm gonna say it. That looks a lot more like a next gen fighting game than Street Fighter does. I think Street Fighter looks good as well, and it's going for a different art style, but
into like
it's leaning.
Whereas
this, I was like, this is like trying to do what Street Fighter 5 tried to do, but doing it properly. I'm like, this is what we're talking about. Yeah,
like Play-Doh.
This looks, it looks pretty crazy. I'm not a fighting game fan, so I will not be touching it with a 10-foot pole, but it looks interesting.
And it's also just nice to have Tekken come back because people have been playing Tekken 7 since 2015. The start of 2015.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. That's
that's almost 10 years.
They gave you a wacky. They gave Tekken.
It will be by the time it comes out.
Number of like things after launch.
It got so many DLCs, so
its roster is crazy.
With
they put in Negan from The Walking Dead.
Negan,
came with the game. Like I'm pretty sure he was in the game before DLC, so that's crazy.
Geese Howard and Akuma both in the game.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Literally just a bear.
Yeah,
that's always been there.
I love Tekken's roster.
Tekken's roster is great. I'm pretty sure they had a kangaroo one time too. Man. Yeah, Tekken's roster, they're amusing. I wish
it is something.
Because that world seems wacky.
Anyway. So that was announced. So that's pretty interesting. Then we went straight into who gives a fuck territory with Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge, which seems to be a VR game based on the Disney World area. Like Galaxy's Edge is a Disney World place, so they're just doing a story in that kind of themed area, which I guess will be okay. I did not see any of fucking Shito Garbo or whatever the fuck that character's called, like. But
Glabo or
Glebo Shito or whatever. Yeah, like no Babu Frick, no anything, bro. So what's the point?
Frick.
Yeah, dude. Everyone remembers Babu Frick. He was everyone's favorite Rise of Skywalker character, dude.
No Kit Fisto.
Hey man, you put some respect on Kit Fisto's name.
No.
Hey, excuse. Yeah,
he has a silly name.
True. But that didn't look like anything interesting. Then there's that. Demeo,
Dungeons and Dragons game.
The Dungeons and Dragons VR game, which looked like a VR. Like it looked like, I don't know. I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons fan or someone that owns VR, so that game could not be further from me, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
So who knows? The next one, interesting. Like a Dragon Ishin, which is or Ishin, should pronounce it properly. Which, for those of you who don't know, is the missing Yakuza game. Basically the Yakuza game that never got sent over to the West, which is like the 1860s Yakuza game, isn't it? Something like that. Ridiculous. Like,
yeah, it's got like a samurai. It's got like a late feudal Japan kind of aesthetic to it.
Mm-hmm. Which is fun. I'm still not caught up on that franchise in the slightest. I've played one of the 20 million games, so not on my radar.
This seems like one that doesn't matter if you caught up. Like
true.
Like if you hadn't played Yakuza and this one for some reason is the one that looked interesting to you, I feel like you're probably not gonna miss much.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. And like I say, it looks good. It looks like a Yakuza game, and it'll probably tide Yakuza fans over until Yakuza 8, which probably isn't that far behind either, to be honest, because they make Yakuza games like crazy. They make one like every year or two, so I would not be surprised if Yakuza 8 is even at the end of 2023, just because why not? So, that's coming out at some point in 2023, followed by Hogwarts Legacy exclusive bollocks. Looked like a haunted house kind of shop thing, which couldn't give a fuck about, to be honest. I still don't know what Hogwarts Legacy is trying to be. Like, I feel like they sold everyone on it's Harry Potter, where you choose your own house and live your own life, and everyone was like, cool. And then every trailer past that is shown like fucking nothing, and everyone's like, I don't know what this is, but they promised me something. And I'm just like, yeah.
Can we farm in it?
Can we farm?
There
was no farming at the State of Play.
No farming. That's why it won. That's why it won. Massive W on Sony's part. No farming games. But yeah, it's such an interesting. Hogwarts Legacy, bar the controversy surrounding the Harry Potter IP and its creator, is such an interesting game. Regardless, if all of that was taken out of the vacuum, I still wouldn't get why everyone's so fucking
good
high.
at showcasing what it is.
No, it's terrible at showcasing what it is, Hunter. Yeah, it's absolute garbage. I don't get how it's like how they haven't shown off what the game actually is yet. It's baffling.
Like, people want to clown on Forspoken for being bad at its marketing, but fair play to Forspoken. And that got me, like, I looked at it and I'm like, oh, yeah, this seems interesting.
You'll know what you're getting with Forspoken.
Yeah. Well, we still don't know.
On the other hand, it's like, oh.
It's basically just really hoping that Harry Potter fans really want to play a Harry Potter RPG and not showing us what the Harry Potter RPG involves other than waggling your wand around, saying flipendo and going, ha. That seems to be it. I'm waiting for the selling point, which is yet to show itself, and I doubt it will at this point because it's out in February, so we'll see. February 10th, regardless. Next up was that weird driving car thing, Pacific Drive.
Pacific Drive.
Oh yeah.
I've got nothing to say on
what a trailer.
What a nothing trailer.
The car sure did go.
Was it a VR game or was it just a game?
No, that was a regular game. That was a PS5 game.
Yeah. Like, it was hard to tell, to be honest.
It was. Get this. A video game.
I'm not super interested in that one.
Nope, same.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to currently find, because the next thing, here it is. I'm going to the PlayStation blog, because the next thing was PlayStation Stars, which Kyle wrote, whatever the fuck that is. So I'm going to read the PlayStation blog live and try and decipher whether it's NFT bullshit or not. My answer is probably yes. So, blah, blah, blah. These first look at Samus Elysium, blah, blah, blah. Created just for PlayStation Stars. The digital collectibles can only be earned through our loyalty program. They range in rarity like actual products on which they are based on for the effort required. Once you earn collectibles, you can arrange them in your virtual display case with the PlayStation app. And if you choose, you may display your collectibles case within your PSN profiles. There will be different ways to earn collectibles. So basically, this just sounds like NFTs without the buying or selling, which might be a very easy thing to add in later, guys. So this might just be another round of Jim Ryan bullshit. So I feel like we should just ignore this.
Sounds good.
Yeah, no.
Just like real
also,
NFTs.
It seems like a weird thing for them. Like, it seems like the kind of stupid cosmetic thing that they would have implemented when they had PlayStation Home.
Yeah,
but
dude, PlayStation Home. What a time, bro! What a time. No, PlayStation Home's been dead for a decade.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my point. Is so they don't have that anymore. So who cares if you can buy your stupid digital Sims art?
I do, Hunter. I care about my NFTs. That's the only way Sly will come back as one of these bullshit NFTs, bro. That's it. That's the only time we're seeing him again.
I think my favorite part about that section was the very first thing they showed was like a French ape escape monkey driving a boat.
Yeah, Bored Ape, bro. Fucking Bored Ape. Like, God damn it. They get the Bored Ape Escape, bro. That's what their NFT line is. And it's like, oh, good lord. But yeah, it just seems more like it's a load of bullshit PlayStation bollocks where PlayStation continues to show that they don't give a toss and Xbox is probably going to win this generation. Well, hey, let's go. I love Jim Ryan. He's been great. Where's Sean Layden? Bring him back. He was good.
Please, Sean, come back.
He may have only made third-person action games, but at least they were good. Like, come on.
Yeah, at least they were good.
At least he didn't make me cringe every time I see his face like Jim Ryan does.
I feel like he would have known when to stop.
Yeah, definitely true. Next up was Sin Duality, which I do not remember what that was.
Japan thing.
Yes.
You called it Weeb No Man's Sky.
It's like a mixture of No Man's Sky and Titanfall, where you're like in a mech, and it's doing that fucking Japanese stereotype again, where it's like it's the dude with like the AI companion, female companion thing, or is she real, or is she in a different mech? Whatever, who cares? Buy the game and find out. It's like.
It's funny that you say Japanese stereotype because you said.
To be fair, it's in every time.
My head jumped to Halo.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that is Cortana. I'm like, I'm sorry, Japan. I'm blaming you for Cortana here. I apologize. That's true. I'm just, I played too much AI recently that I'm just like AI like female companion just instantly went to like AI Somnium Files or like Danganronpa 2, not to spoil anything, stuff like that where it's like, okay.
The girl looks like she stole Mio's clothes from Xenoblade.
Yeah, she's just playing Xenoblade 3. She's just using the Mio class. That's obviously what's happening. Come on, she's just using Twin Rings, Hunter. Come on. Then after that was Stellar Blade, formerly Project Eve. Very proud of this developer for not taking the Square Enix fucking idea of just knocking the project off and going done. Smiley face.
Eve would be a little harder to pull off. At least Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy.
Yeah, no one was taking those names. Didn't have to fucking back. They didn't have to lock those down quickly, did they? But yeah, Stellar Blade. What did you think, Kyle?
I think this looked really good. Unfortunate that it's PS5 exclusive, so I need to scrounge me up one of those at some point.
Oh, fuck off, bro. It's like, just get a PS5, dude. Like, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. Just get a PS5. Me and Hunter are just like...
At this point, it's more fun to make jokes.
Nah, just grab one.
Just get a PS5 and make jokes anyway.
Yeah, just grab a PS5. Don't tell us. Just don't tell us. You don't even have to tell us that you have a PS5. We'll not notice. You think we're observant? We didn't notice.
You'll see me online.
You think I'm observant? I didn't
notice that my hand was cut up.
Yeah, I didn't notice that you had stairs in your room until like years after. So like, I'm not gonna fucking notice that you have a PS5. Like, yeah, of course I'm not. So just get one, Kyle. For fuck's sake, it's going to be 2023. Just get it before it's too late, before it costs $600 and Jim Ryan wants you to buy an NFT with it. Come on. Anyway.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Project Eve does look really cool still. Like, the combat and whatnot looks fluid and interesting. And Ethan said something about this being the next Scarlet Nexus, and I really hope that they are not going to make it an RPG too.
It's a hack and slash. My only concern is I saw it's a hack and
game.
slash with cool enemy designs, and instantly I go to, are you going to be 30 hours long and boring as fuck? Hello, Scarlet Nexus 2.0. Like, that's my fear. I'm hoping this is just an 8-hour hack and slash. Because if it's like a 40-hour RPG, I'm not gonna play it. I probably won't play it straight away anyway. But let's not fool myself here. I don't play hack and slashes, but
it's okay. I'll play it one way
more.
or the other, and I will probably let you know.
Thank you. Hunter carries this podcast on his back because I refuse to play most things, so I just chuck it on Hunter. And Kyle doesn't play fucking anything because he doesn't even have a PS5.
Play anything we ask him to.
Yeah,
most of the time you don't have to ask me. I'm just like, that looks kind of cool. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Hunter, we're just like, yo, dude, we go play that game with Greedo Shito in it. Hunter, off you go. Bye, have fun. Anyway, after that, Rise of the
Hunter
Ronin.
will play the 8 farming games for us.
Thank you, Hunter. Very cool. Be a nice little mini project for you. You can do like a
retrospective.
I could like rank them as I play them and whatnot. Yeah.
You could do, just I played all the Nintendo Direct farming games, so you don't have to. Like, yeah, there you go. Video idea. Anyway, Team Ninja's Rise of the Ronin is coming in 2024. Okay. why put a year on it when it's that far out? Because like that just seems a bit silly. But I don't know. It kind of looks like a mixture of Ghost of Tsushima meets Sekiro, where it looks like it has the combat of like a Souls kind of game with like the more open worldy kind of Ubisoft elements to it. We'll see. It has a cool flying machine, like in Assassin's Creed 2. That was fun. So
It did
you know,
have a cool flying machine.
Yeah. It'll
it looks
be
interesting.
because Team Ninja's pretty solid at the kind of Souls-like combat, at least. Because
Yeah.
I played Neo and enjoyed that enough. So if they still manage to pull off the Sekiro type of thing,
And people really
they're-
like Neo 2 as well, so
yeah.
I assume that'll be. I feel like that's a game to watch out for if you're into that kind of thing. But it's also 2024. That feels like that's if that's late 2024, we're gonna get into a point where we might potentially have a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, that and that Assassin's Creed Japan project all coming out in like the span of a year, and I feel like that's gonna be painful because. You know, we felt the burn with Ghost of Tsushima on its own. Imagine 3 of them on the year of the podcast. That sounds cringe.
What's that Japanese? When's the Samurai Yakuza game come out? I forget.
Next year, I
That
think,
didn't have
2023.
I don't think that had a
I don't think it did have a
anything
date,
attached to
but
it.
knowing Yakuza, it's probably next year. I would not. Yeah, I'd almost lock it in to next year because you know what Yakuza's like. They don't really take long to release their games after they announce them. Lost Judgment came out within like 8 months of being announced. You know, things like that. Revealing out February 2023. See, yeah, there you go.
Oh,
There you go.
February. Oh.
Yeah, that month is
Another
February. Back to hell year 2, like of February being.
I feel like
absolutely
why is it
tragic
always
year.
February?
Not even just this year that they did this. I feel like in 2017 and like it was also like people tried jam packing February, and then people had to like scatter.
Who knows? Maybe one day they'll learn the lesson. But regardless, finally, we finally got confirmation that God of War Ragnarok is a video game and will release on November 9th, 2022. No delays. Yes.
With a snazzy DualSense controller.
With a snazzy DualSense. I thought it was going to be a console, to be honest. And I was like, to be honest, that would be a sick ass console if it was like the Ice of Ragnarok with like because it looked like it was like the ice with like a wolf kind of end. I was like, I don't know how they're gonna do that, but that would look really cool. But no, it's just a controller.
That would
A
be
very-
the PS5 I buy.
No, you will not. Don't kid yourself. Anyway,
I was gonna buy the Path 2 PS5.
it's
If
2-dimensional.
one happens, then yes.
No. But no.
But
That God of War got a trailer. That's a final trailer if I've seen a final trailer before.
Oh, yeah.
Like that is. That reminded me of actually
did
I
have
am
final
excited.
trailer things that I'm like, this is cool. This is a cool moment to see here, but I would have liked to just see it in the game.
I've already forgotten it because it was such a whistle-stop tour that a lot of it I've already forgotten. And also, I was talking over it, so I heard zero of the dialogue. Like, I heard nothing. So I was like... The only thing that I wish that I hadn't seen was the thing of the wolf yeeting itself into the sun and ripping the fucking sky open. Wish I hadn't seen that, because that was dope.
Yeah.
But...
The Tear of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Tear of the Kingdom.
Oh, I see how you did that. But yeah, it genuinely took like 5 seconds for me to remember. Oh yeah, that's Breath of the Wild's 2's name. I forgot. Anyway, that's not coming out of my mind until it's out probably. But yeah, it was a very good trailer. I'm very excited for that game now. It reminded me of I liked God of War 1.
You want to play it?
Yeah. I liked God of War 1. And like I said to you, there was more variety in that trailer than the entirety of God of War 2018.
Yeah, that was one thing that was nice to see. It was the environmental variety, which is hilarious that this game seems to have more environmental variety considering it's supposed to be the never-ending winter.
Well, it's also because they've confirmed that you visit all 9 realms in this one, which you only explored 4 or 5 realms in the original. It was it was Niflheim, Helheim, something. It was like Elf World, Hell World,
Heimlich
Dead
maneuver.
World, dwarf, like giant world and regular world. So it was 5. There was 5 in the original God of War, and now it's all 9. And they said even the worlds that you have seen, there are different areas in those worlds, so they're not repeating anything. So it's like, I don't know. I'm very excited for that game. It looks great. And if you haven't played God of War 2018, it's basically free everywhere at this point. You can get it on anything. It's on the PS Plus collection if you have a PS5.
You could go and play it right now if you wanted, and then
you could play it right now, and you'd still have like a month or 2 gap, so that you don't feel too burdened to catch up.
Or
I think
you
Sam's
could just
planning
wing
on
it.
doing that.
Do what you want.
But no, it looks fantastic.
Maybe I will.
It looks fantastic. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. It's like one of those trailers where you just look at it and you're like, okay, yeah, that's gonna be a good game. Like it's like there's no way you can fake that. Like it's not a Ubisoft trailer. You can't fake that being good. Like there's to a certain point.
I liked the music in this trailer too.
Yeah, definitely. Screaming people on our end, not your end. Don't worry, audio listeners. But yeah, it looks great. Can't wait to play it in November. One of the only games coming out in November. That and Pokemon. What a drastic week that's going to be. Going to go from fucking God of War Ragnarok to Pokemon, and that's going to be... Game Freak's not going to have a fun time, I don't feel like, this year. Like, people always shit on Game Freak, but going from a Santa Monica game straight to fucking Game Freak, you're going to be like, wow.
Hey, Harvestell is also out in November.
No, as far as I'm concerned, it's not. But thank you for that one, Kyle. I appreciate it.
Farming.
Like I say, overall, I thought in terms of state of plays, it's one of the better ones. Probably the second or third best state of play that we've ever had. But
on the back of a single trailer.
No, that Tekken was an actual reveal, so I'll give them Tekken. I'll give them Like a Dragon, because that was actually pretty cool. I'll also give them Rise of the Ronin and showing off Project Eve again. I'll give them all of those. The rest of it felt a bit filler, but for the most part, 5 decent things. That's as much as fucking Nintendo had, if not more.
That's as many farming games as Nintendo had.
No, Nintendo had more! There were more shitty farming games in Nintendo Direct than PlayStation's good things. But, you know. Anyway, it's 10 past 1 and I have work tomorrow, so I feel like we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh man, this turned into like a normal length episode.
A longer than a normal length episode, but you know, sometimes
happy bonus episode, everybody.
Yeah, I guess. There you go. You can't say we didn't catch up now. We'll count the spoiler cast as a podcast episode just to be cheeky. Why not? But yeah. Let us know what you guys thought about the state of play, the Nintendo Direct. Where's Xbox's conference? They have no games. What the fuck are they doing? Where's Forza? Oh no, Halo's in the fucking garbage, but where's everything else? Who knows? Where are those 20 million RPGs fucking Obsidian are making? Because Jesus Christ. We gotta release one of them at some point. Either their Skyrim ripoff or their Fallout ripoff or their other thing that they're working on. Who knows? Anyway. As always, I guess put the links on screen. There you go.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids game.
Oh yeah, they did make that. That's a good point. They did make Grounded. I'll give you that one. But no, our links were on screen. They're gone now, but you can go follow us on Twitter if you want to keep up to date with everything that's on the show. Sorry. Like I say, 10 past 1. I literally have worked like a long day today, and then this was my time off, was making this podcast, talking about how sad Nintendo made me with all their farming bullshit. But you know, that's just how it is sometimes. But you know, if you hated Nintendo's farming bullshit too, go and follow us on Twitter at HotGamersOnly, because you're a homie, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/HotGamersOnly. But hey, if you don't want to look at our stupid faces, that's cool too. Head to the link tree in the description, or search for HotGamersOnly on your favourite podcast services like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And yeah, with that, that's been our show. Thank you for hanging out with us on a Thursday. That's weird. But we'll be back on Monday. Yeah, that's like 3-day break and then another one in 4 days. Aren't you lucky? Hope you finished Xenoblade. You've had like a month. 2, nearly. You should be finished. Yeah. You should be finished. We'll be talking all about it on Monday. And it'll be an extra special episode because it'll probably run for longer than it would have if we did recorded it today. So, you know.
That's true.
thumbs up. We'll be going in depth. It'll be a lot of fun. But thank you ever so much for listening / watching this special episode. And yeah, we'll be back same time, same place next week for more, half a week, I guess. But until then, have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, this is a weird outro.
I
don't like
know,
this.
right?
The juju is upset.
Have a good Saturday. Anyway, bye.
See ya.
Toodaloo.